I am working on a poll right now, so give me a second, guys. I am working on it right now. Give me a second. Get favorite tool brand. Give me a second. I'm working on it. I'm typing right now on the other side of this. I'm not even sure if I'm spelling this right, but and okay, I think I got it good. Make it in green. Done. Start poll. Okay, cool. Now it's on. Trying to move it. There we go. All right. So now we're good. Now I can go ahead and start working. I will eventually have to put on the charger. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and start cutting and working and doing all that good stuff. I've been tasked with building some furniture for my sister. So I'm going to be doing that. Caden, what's going on, man? What's going on? Milwaukee, you already got 1 vote. Milwaukee, nice. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'll be kind of tuning in, checking the chats, chatting with you guys, working, chatting with you guys, working. We are gonna stop about an hour before it gets dark. We're gonna do our every Monday we feed the fish. So we're gonna be doing that about an hour before it gets too dark. We'll stop the live. I'll stop working. We'll kind of relax and we'll feed the fish together. So that'll be on a separate live. So I'll end this live and then we'll start another one right after that. Again, we do that every Monday. And for the next week or so, my sister asked me to build some furniture. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. Normally I'd be fishing, but we're gonna be building some furniture for her. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Caden, how are you doing, man? I'm doing really good, man. I'm staying busy. Spamming words. Katie, why are you spamming words? I don't know, man. I don't even know if I spelled the tools right, but yeah. Joaquin, what's going on, man? Oh, the other guy. Yeah. I don't know why he's spamming words either. But yeah. Anyways, Joaquin, how's it going? Not sure what all these words mean, but yeah. And the tool names, I'm not even sure if I spelled them right. I think I did, but Milwaukee, DeWalt, Ryobi, Rigid, yeah. Because I had people live, and I was trying to hurry up because I know you guys are already tuning in. I was like, shit, trying to type faster. But yeah. Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And you'll see me go back and forth and get more of these pieces of wood. I have them right here in the back of the truck. So you'll see me coming in and out of that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So the first thing she wants me to build her like a little table for the hallway. So I'm gonna try to make it thin, probably be about 14 inches or so wide. So I do have a 12, it's supposed to be 12 inches wide board, but these days I think they cut them off like half an inch shorter, so we'll work with it. And then I'm probably gonna make it about 36 inches high, so we're gonna take some measurements on that. And then I forgot my freaking pencils, so I'm using a pen. Actually, I have to go buy more. I think I have like 1 or 2 anyway. But yeah, so the legs, we'll cut them about, that board I think is like half an inch, 3/4, so we'll go ahead and go 35. We'll just go 35, cut them at 35. I did tag all these products in case there's anyone new who was looking for products. I tagged all of what I'm using down below. You don't have to use this brand. I use this one because it's somewhat still affordable and it's still a decent price. There are better brands, like Milwaukee, in my opinion, is probably a better brand, but they are more expensive, so there's that as well. Let me get a battery real quick. Yeah, but I do like other brands as well. Ridge's also a pretty good brand. You thought the camera was a glitch. Oh, I see. Caden, hey, I appreciate the sub, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. I do appreciate it. So we're gonna go ahead and should be good. Yeah, it should be good. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start it. I put these at 35 inches, the legs, because I'm gonna put the 12-inch board on top of the legs and then cover them all together with a piece of these little 1x4s. And I swear the wood keeps getting smaller every single year, man. I remember when they actually used to be like a 1x4 actually used to be a 1x4. I grew up in an older house, and so like the boards back then were actually like 1 inch by 4 inches, versus today, look at that. It's supposed to be a 1x4. It's 1 3/8. It's not even. It's like 1 3/8, man. It's not even 1x4. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So 35 inches on this one. You got one leg now. And then we're gonna stain these afterwards. She wants like a dark mahogany color, so we're gonna do mahogany after that. POV, you get popular when you do lives. No one. POV, when you get popular when you have live, no one joins. Oh, I see. Yeah. I see, man. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get the speed square on this. I'm gonna make a couple of these, so I'm gonna build just a couple, let her choose whichever one she wants. And then she wants some nightstands too. Going for like the more farmhouse style look. That's kind of like the trend these days anyway. That's what everyone's doing, is like modern farmhouse style. And welcome to the live stream, anyone who is just tuning in. Right about an hour before it gets dark, we'll turn off this stream, start a new one, and then we'll be relaxing and feeding the fish for a little bit, for maybe a little under an hour. So we'll take some time to relax after this. So now we got 2 legs. Should be good. And these things are selling for almost $100. This thing I'm about to make, I saw some people selling them, not that great either. They were selling them for about $100, and then unstained, and then stained was like 130, 150. I'm like, man, this material, I think I paid $60 for all the material, and I can make 2 out of them. I can make 2 for that price, plus the screws and nails. I mean, I did buy nails for like $3, $4. What am I? Need another piece of board. So I was kind of not sure if I wanted to get this piece of board here, but I feel like it kind of does add a little bit of character. It just gives it that natural tree look. And I did pick this one just in case I change my mind. It's perfect on the other side. So in case I don't like how it looks, I can always swap it around. I think you know people. Caden, that's a big saw. Yeah, 100. That has to be a scam. Yeah, I know, man. People are crazy, man. But people have all kinds of different side hustles. So, whatever floats their boat, whatever gets them by, I guess, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, obviously making a lot of profit on it because I literally bought enough to make 2 for like $60. And if I really want it to be cheap, I could probably make them smaller, make nightstands or whatever, and probably sell them more for a set or something like that. But I'm not here really to do that. Mojo, what's going on, Mojo? What's going on? All right. Next, we're gonna cut the legs, 35 again. So the table will end up sitting right at around 35 and like 3/4, almost 36. It'll be pretty close to 36 once it's all said and done. I'm just cutting at 35 just to make my life easier. No one's gonna be out there with the tape measure measuring if it's exactly 36. So there's one more. These blades, by the way, these DeWalt blades actually work really, really good. There's some other, like, I don't remember the brands. There's some cheaper brands. And man, after 20 cuts, you have to go get a new blade. This one, I've had it for a long time. Leg number 3. Leg number 4 coming right up. 35. So I didn't even look at the pole. What is the pole saying right now? Let's check out the pole. Let's check out the pole. Do you get the joke? I saw the board. That's a big sorry. Yep. Somebody's texting me right now. My phone. I can't read it. Anyways, okay, so we have 9 votes. Milwaukee 56%. DeWalt 44%. Nice. So it's actually almost even with Milwaukee. I like DeWalt too. It's just I don't like the DeWalt prices, but I do like DeWalt. I mean Milwaukee. I do like Milwaukee. I just don't like the Milwaukee prices. And I feel like DeWalt's like kind of priced a little bit more for the average person. Versus if I was like gonna start a whole construction company and do this full time, I'd probably buy like a rigid Milwaukee or something like that. But I do a lot of projects just because people ask me to do them, but I don't want to do this as a full-time job. All right, so that is leg number 4. Now we have our 4 legs. I think this table is a little uneven, but it'll work. Yep, pretty good. Okay, now we need to brace these legs together. So you're gonna need another board. I got everything at 8 footers, so that way I don't have a whole lot of material left over. So that way I can just cut it down the middle. So I think I'm gonna make them 4 feet long, and then this way I can make it stretch all the way around. Now, when I come to my big board, I'm gonna have to cut it about 1 inch short because that way these will wrap all the way around them. Because if not, then it won't reach it. Tape measure. So these are going to be wrapped around and on the base. So let's do. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Let me just think about this for a quick second. We're gonna have our legs. The board's gonna sit on top. So I could probably brace it underneath, or I could brace it at the bottom. I am going to go ahead and cut my frames for the outside, and we'll set it inside of that. That way it's a little easier. All right, 4 feet. 4 feet. Let's just measure this board just to be sure we actually have our 8 feet in this board, because they're supposed to be 8 feet. It's like right at it. Right at it. So we do have our 4 feet. All right, here we go. 4 feet. All right. Get our square. What time is it? 3. All right. That should be long enough for a table, I think, for like a little hallway table. It's basically going to be like this. Well, let's cut it and we'll show you guys. Let's cut it. Then we'll show you. So the tables for the hallway, we had a little split edge here. See if we can break it off. If not, there we go. I'm gonna see if I can trim it off real quick. I don't like how it looks. And it might stick out a little bit. There we go. All right, so it's gonna be this long, the table. I think that's a pretty fair size. 4 feet. I think that's pretty good. Should be good with that. So go ahead and make sure this one is right at it. Yep, right there. Okay, so now we got 2 sides here. We're gonna need another 2 sides for the other side for the other table because we already have this one for this side. Okay, now we're gonna need the edges for that one. We're gonna go ahead and start putting these together. Should we do our legs like this? Let me see, let me think about it. I have to think about it. How I want to put the legs. It's nice seeing you, Kaden, the people that see you. Who is he talking to? Oh, yeah. Talking to you guys. Not talking to anyone. I'm talking to you guys. Wow, DeWalt's up to 58%. Milwaukee's at 42%, and we have 12 votes. Nice. That's crazy. Now DeWalt's catching up. All right, so these legs. Do I want the table to sit like this? And then we nail it on this side, or do I want it to sit like this? I think this way would look prettier, and we set the boards on top. I think so. Yeah, we'll do it like this. We'll set it like this. So that means we're gonna have to get the boards in here, like so, and then we're gonna have to set the other board on top. So let's see. I think that thing was, measure the depth of that board. It was right at around 3/4. So that means that these guys are gonna have to come up about 3/4 in order to fit it. So once we get it in place, we'll lock it in with some clamps. And I need to go get my nails. I don't even have my nails with me. Let me go get my nails real quick. And they are on the other side, I guess. Give me just a second. I think I left them in the truck. Okay, got them. So I bought some little finishing nails. They're small. Should be good for this project. It's nothing that's going to require a lot of structure to this thing. See if I can open this without spilling them. There we go. Yeah, there should be plenty. Yeah, should be plenty. Let me get these off because I will spill them. All right, let's see what you guys are saying now. Okay. What is this? What is the poll at now? Okay, we got a vote for Ryobi now. 7%. 53% DeWalt, 40% Milwaukee. Rigid has 0. Wow. I thought Rigid was going to be up there, but it is not. Just get a little bit of water. It says it's 81. It feels a little warmer than 81 though. All right. So we need this thing to be about 3/4 of an inch higher. I'm debating if I want to get that board cut, slip it in here first, and maybe just add some brace legs in the meantime. I think that might be a good idea. That way we get it exactly even with each other. So let me get that the other board cut. I just want it to be super smooth on the top because that's what's going to be the most visible, and you're usually going to have stuff on top of it. So let me get this board out real quick. So this is the board we are going to use to sit on top, which is supposed to be 12 inches. We'll see what it is. It's probably 11 1/4. Exactly 11 1/4. They sell these as 1x4s. It's not no 1x4, and I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys this thing. It's supposed to be 12 inches. Look at this. 11 1/4. Yet they market it as a 1x12. So this is what's going to sit on top. So let me check the poll again. Steven, Ridger used to be top, but Milwaukee has stronger stuff. Really? Yeah. I see a lot of good reviews and a lot of good stuff out of the Milwaukee stuff. I had an electrician that used a lot of Milwaukee stuff. I tried a couple of his stuff, and yeah, they got some power. I think they have more power than the DeWalt's too, for sure. Even though they might be rated like the same 20 volts or whatever, they seem to be more powerful, but they're just too expensive for the average person, especially for someone like me who isn't doing this day in and day out. If I had a business where I did this all the time, maybe I'd consider it, but for most people it's too expensive. Now we are going to have to cut it shorter than 4 because these are 4 and we want them to wrap around. So we got to get the total measurements of this. So it's going to have to fall within here. And let's just make sure this is 4. It should be 4. Yeah, it's exactly 4. So we need it to fall in here and the length of here. So we're going to have to cut it shorter, and then we're going to have to cut it based off of the depth of these right here. So let's get it right here. It's about almost 1/2 inch. Let's say almost 5/8. Between 1/2 inch and 5/8. Yeah, between 1/2 inch and 5/8. So we're going to go ahead and do inch and, I'm going to go ahead and do an inch off, would make it 1/2, 5/8, 1.25 shorter on this one. So let's go ahead and go with 4 is minus an inch, and then 1/4 would put us right around here. I'm going to go on the outside. I'm going to mark it on the line, and then I'm going to cut on the line on the outside of the line, and that should give me a good fit, I think. Yeah. If not, we can trim these if they're a hair too long. I'd rather have these be longer than this thing be too short. So just think how it's funny. um, I think one time I asked my fiance to bring me a square, and I was on top of the roof doing something. I don't know what I was doing. I asked her to bring me the square that was down there, and she's like, "What square there? What are you talking about?" I was like, "That freaking the triangle thing." She's like, "It's called the triangle." So every time I see this thing, I think triangle, the triangle, even though I know it's called the square. I really need to bring my pencils or buy more pencils. All right, so can we measure? Which one did we measure again? We measured this one. Let's double check it again. Oh, it goes this side. Before we cut it, let's just double check. This is 4 and 2, 4, 2. So it's not that one. It is this one. Yep, it's this one. Yep. I'm already confusing myself. I'm trying to talk, think, and cut, which I've never done that before. This is my first time ever live streaming myself actually working, which requires a little bit more thought, because you're holding a conversation and you're working and you're thinking. It's actually kind of tricky, but anyways, here we go. Let me get I'm afraid it's gonna burr here. Let me get something to support this other end. Give me a second. I'm gonna get my toolbox to support it, hopefully. All right, I think we got something now. There we go. Now we're supported. All right, I feel better about that. All right, here we go. All right. There we go. So now we got one top. We'll work at one table at a time. This will be for the next table. We'll get this out of the way so I don't get confused. All right, so now we have our top cut. So now we can go ahead and start making our measurements for this. Why is he what is he making? Circles, go over circles. Yeah. All right, so we got our top cut. Oh, by the way, I'm making a little table for like displaying stuff in a hallway. This is gonna be what everything's gonna sit on. And we cut it just short of 4 feet because we want our boards to wrap all the way around. And our boards are cut at 4. These are gonna be extras that I'll have to cut maybe later. Now we have our top. Now this will sit here. And we cut these shorter than 36 because we want it to come out to be as close to 36 with these on top. So that's what we're going to do here. And then we're going to tie it all in with these boards on the exterior of it. So that's, I guess we should just start with this first. Get this all situated here. Let me go ahead and start working on that. And we want the legs to be this way. So we want the legs to be this way. Because I don't know about like this. I don't know, man. Do I want the legs like this or want them like this? I think I'd rather have it this way. This way, I mean, yeah. All right, here we go. And we're gonna frame it all in so it's not gonna look bare or weird afterwards. So there's this, and let me get a some nails and we'll go ahead and start doing that. Some nails. and get it pretty close to level here. I don't have a square clamp, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to work with it a little bit. But hopefully we can get it pretty close. See if I can make it as even as possible here. And get my hammer. I wish I had square clamps, but I don't. Alright, trying to get it perfect as possible. Staple gun would be very, very helpful right about now, too. You know what, let me just get this thing started and then we'll line it up. That way it's easier to maneuver. Now that we know more or less where it's going to go. So we're going to get one corner in first. Alright. Okay, that one's barely poking through. Alright, I'm going to pick up that one that just fell just so it'll support it a little bit. Use this for support too. Here we go. Now to get this thing perfectly, or as close to perfect, as far as lined up, if we can. All right, pretty damn close. Hopefully I don't hit my finger on camera. All right, sweet. Now we got one leg on there, so it makes it a little bit easier. We'll do the caddy corner one. And getting a phone call on my phone, but not anybody I know, probably spam. Let's check that pole. Let's check that pole. Yeah, I'm building a little table. It's like for a whatchamacallit, hallway. So Milwaukee 39, DeWalt 44, Ryobi 17, Rigid still has 0. We have a total of how many votes? 18 votes. 18 votes. 18 votes. All right. Here we go. We're gonna do this one first to help balance it out first, and then we'll start working our way around. And those boards, where are they at? Those over there are cut 4 feet. This thing is cut short. It's 30.75, I think. Something like that. It's a little short. So hopefully you can wrap it around. Here we go. Should have started these two. I didn't even think about it till now, but it'll work. Go. Okay, so now we got this. See if it'll hold its own leg. Yeah, it will. And then we'll add some support to these legs on the bottom, so that way they're not all wiggly. Right now is just to just help get things going, basically. See if I can lean it. Once I get all 4 legs, it'll stabilize a little bit more. Let's do one of these on this side. And I'll probably add some cross members for design for one, two to add a little bit of stability. I might just rip one of these little 1x4s and kind of cross them, add a little design and some stability to it. Let's there we go. There's a lot of people local to me that are building these little things like this and selling them, which I'm sure they're making good money on them because they aren't that expensive to build. All right. I'm glad lumber prices came down since COVID though, because those are some ridiculous prices. All right, now we got 3 legs. We need one more. Let's get on the other side, get those done. So right now it's all wobbly because it doesn't have any support on it. But that'll be taken away once we add the supports. All right. And the ground's a little uneven here, so it's a little tough. All right. There we go. See if we can make a little stab hole there. There we go. And we're using just tiny little finishing nails for this. You do screws or something like that, you usually have to pre-drill them because if not, the wood will sometimes split because it's so thin, or if it's too dry too. All right, so there's our little table. It's not crazy sturdy yet, but we'll get it there. Let me add the supports around the edges first, or I can do it on the bottom. Do it on the bottom, and then we'll wrap it around at the bottom. How high do we make a little shelf on the bottom? Let's see, we'll just make it on the complete bottom. We'll just run it on the base of it. Talking to myself, by the way. Talking to myself. So this thing is 11 1/4. So we're gonna cut some here, 11 1/4, and we'll throw some boards on top on the bottom. That's what we're gonna do. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some little braces on the bottom, just so this thing isn't so wobbly, and then we can throw some of these little boards on top of them to create a little bottom shelf too. So we'll do that. Let me 11 1/4. Right here. So I talk to myself when I am working. I think out loud. I don't know why, but that's what I do. Let me double check that because it looks a little small, but no, it's 11 1/4. Yeah, 11 1/4. So let me go ahead and cut this guy here. There's one. Another one here, 11 1/4. 11 1/4. And this should help stabilize this thing a little bit more so it's not all wobbly. We got 2 of our pieces here. Now let's get the legs squared away. I need some support so these things don't come apart. So let's see how we can do this. These look the most stable. I'm just going to start here and maybe put my my little deal to support it so it doesn't fall down. That way I can kind of push on it if I have to without creating a bind here. Okay, adds a little bit of support there. Now I can work on these legs here, and I could actually clamp them, honestly. Clamp this thing to those. I'm going to put this on the inside. I think I'm going to leave it, the pretty part, visible, and this thing probably on the bottom, the nasty stuff on the bottom. I thought it looked cool, but I'm glad I bought one without that too. Alright, so we're going to do this. Try to line up the legs as much as possible. I'm going to have to, I think I might have to throw this thing up here. I need a little bit more level surface. So, yeah, I don't want to, but let me see if I can work with it here. Let me see if I can work with it here. Okay. You know what? Let me just get my level. Why don't I just do that? Let me just get my level. If I have it. You know what? This one has a level on it. I'm running around. That's no, it's actually pretty level. Surprisingly. Okay. Alright, it's actually pretty level here. I'm just going to clamp them with these little baby clamps I have. That way I can nail them. Alright, here we go. Baby clamps. Alright. And then this one. There we go. Alright, I think that's pretty good. We'll check the levelness right now. Nope, it's a little off, so I'm going to lower this side. So let me lower this side. Let me see. It's a little bit off, so let me just adjust it ever so slightly. Okay, right there. There we go. Okay, now I think we're level. Alright, so those are level. Now I'm going to clamp down on them. Okay, now I can go ahead and work on those. I could put some screws in them, so I'm not like screwing around with it. I am trying to read all the Steven, rigid used to be top, but Milwaukee has stronger stuff. Ray, what is he making? I am making little tables. I want to start making planters. Oh yeah, those sell pretty good too. You can actually make a lot of money selling planters too. He's having a staff meeting. Jay, why don't you use the square to get a 90 cut? Yeah. I use a square right now, just to use as a level, but yeah, I could do that too. Jay, what you making? I am making a little table for a hallway. My sister has asked me to do some projects, so I'll be doing this for the next week or two. Normally we'd be doing some fishing lives, but I'm gonna be busy now doing this. Smoky. Yes, I am making a table for a hallway. Making a couple of them, making some nightstands too, Jay. Oh, the only way it doesn't wobble is to fix the wall studs. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm bracing them underneath. See if I can bring the table up, and then we can work on it better. Let me. Was it this one the one we cut, or was it the other one? I'm already getting confused. Might be this one. Let's check it. Yeah, it's this one. And we can go ahead and probably do this here. I can screw it so that way I don't bang the legs out. So I'm afraid if I get a hammer on there, because I'm using such thin gauge nails, these little legs might come apart, which I do have screws, but I'll have to pre-drill the holes so I don't split the wood either. So what do we want to do? Do we want to put the little nails, or do we want to screw it on the bottom? I'm going to screw it because I don't want to screw up the nails. So I'll be right back. I'm going to run to the storage shed and get some little wall screws. I'll be back in like a minute or two. All right, I'm coming back, guys. I'm coming. Okay, so this is what we're going to use. I am going to use some small drywall screws. I know we're not working with drywall, but these guys will work. The only thing is I'm going to have to get the drills out, pre-drill some holes so I don't split the wood. So, by the way, if any of you guys ever use the Spider stuff, like I am not sponsored by Spider at all to say this, but my God, they make some really, really good stuff. I have their hole saws, freaking good stuff. I have these, the drill bits, really good stuff. And then I've also used their circular saw blades. Those are really good. Hey, I'm missing one. I need to find that guy. I don't know what I did with it, but I'm missing my 1/8. Anyways, yeah, these guys work freaking phenomenally well. I've used them for drilling through some metal already, and they still look really, really good. Again, not sponsored to say that. They really work. Because nothing's more annoying than going through so many freaking bits. It's annoying. So, we are going to use these on the bottom. They're small enough to where they shouldn't protrude too much. Like I said, they're drywall screws, but who cares? It'll get the job done. I don't claim to be a carpenter, I just claim to be a hobbyist, I guess, if that. Let's go ahead and get one of these little guys out, and we'll pre-drill a hole real quick on the feet. We'll just drill one in here. All right, so now we got our holes drilled for 1 and 1. Again, this thing isn't going to be holding a ton of weight or anything. Where is my drill bits? Let me get them. There they are. They're in the back of the truck. I haven't gotten them down yet. Okay. Let me and get the drill bits out. We are going to use this. Let's go ahead and put these legs locked in now. There we go. They fit kind of perfectly. I mean, barely. If I push them through, yeah, they'll protrude out. But all right, so those legs are locked in now. Now I can take off the clamps. That's done. Sturdied it up pretty much. Now I can worry about this side here. And we'll do the same on this side. Let's check that pole. What is the pole at now? It is at J. Fix the walls. Fix the wall. I meant to say fix it to the wall. I meant. Oh, I see. Yeah. Pre-drill, glue, and screw. Yes, I thought about getting glue too, but I did not. We are at 22 votes. 41% Milwaukee, 41% DeWalt, 18% Ryobi, and 0 for Rigid. Wow, that's crazy. So this little guy's coming together. We're gonna add a little bottom shelving there too. And I'm gonna put this ugly side, I think face down on the inside because nobody will see it. If anything, people will only see here. And then on this, we're gonna set those boards for a bottom table. Okay, so it's still a little wobbly because it's not set yet, but okay. I'm just gonna clamp them and then we'll go ahead and get the square on it to see if it's level. All right, there's one. And again, we're gonna stop early, like an hour before it gets dark. Up about an hour before it gets dark, start a new live, and then feed the fish. Because again, I tell you guys, I do this every Monday where we feed the fish. So, and then for the next couple weeks, I'll probably be building furniture, because that has been assigned to me now. So it's a little off. Okay, bring it up a little bit on this side. See what that looks like. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and pre-drill our holes again. All right, pre-drill our holes. Okay, thing's probably hot. Get another 2 screws. All right, here we go. Perfect. And then once we get these this all kind of framed in, it'll keep up the stability a little bit more too. Just for now, this will help it. All right. Cool. So this will support it for right now to give me some more time to get this thing stabilized a little bit more. Now we need to get this thing framed in on top, and then we'll throw some on the bottom, and all of that should give it some good stability. Oh, excuse me. Now, let's make sure this thing will fit here. Okay, so it's a little bit longer. We'll go ahead and cut that. Oh no, because we're gonna have to put the board on the end. So let me go ahead and get those on this side, and then we'll frame it all in together. Because I wanted to hide this in too. Yeah, let's do that. Let me put my little tool box right here to support it, just so it's not all wobbly. So we'll add the edges, and then we will put it on the side. So let me just talk to myself again for a little bit. 4 foot, where these guys are going to go inside, like so. Yes, that is what we were doing. Okay, got it. Okay, now I'm back with you guys. I had to check out mentally a little bit. I am trying to read the comments. The sun is floored. What in tarnation? What in tarnation? That's funny. Welcome to the live, man. Welcome to the live. All right, so we are just going to do this, and that is 11 1/4. So that way we just flush this thing out, just so people don't see the edges on that side. So 11 1/4. And maybe later this week I'll actually build some nightstands for her. Here we go. How's everyone's Monday going? Is everyone off of work, going to work? How's everyone's Monday? Eating dinner? Is it time for dinner yet? No, 4:30. Eh, it's getting close. Oh, we need the square. I assume everyone's getting off of work, more than likely. Anyone having anything really, really good for dinner today? I had some Bush's chicken earlier right now, but just to get me through the day. But I have some back straps and tenderloin from a venison backstrap and tenderloin. I'll probably smoke on the pit after we get done tonight. All right, now we got these done. So now I am going to get these guys on here, like so. Should be good there. Yep. I could probably trim it just a tad. It's like, I hate to do it because I don't want to cut off too much, but just a tad, man. Well, yeah, let me just, a graze, man, a blade length. Let me just trim it just a tad. Okay. I like that better. That feels better, I think. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and pre-start hammering these little nails in. That way it'll be easier for me to do this. And we're going to start them on the actual board. Pretty good right there. All right. Same thing on this one, kind of in the middle-ish. Here we go. Pretty cool, pretty close. Then we'll start the other side for the other one. Get another little piece of board here somewhere. Well, this will work right here. See what everyone's chatting about. What in tarnation? What is this? What is the poll at? The poll 22 votes, 18, 41, 41. Milwaukee and DeWalt still tied. Milwaukee and DeWalt still freaking tied, man. I'm surprised. I thought there was going to be a lot of votes for Rigid. I really did. I really did. I'm quite shocked, actually. Oh, we can't have that. We don't want a flat tire. All right, let's get this guy drilled in, or hammered in here. I'm just doing this so that way it makes my job a little easier when I try to put them all together. All right, good. Makes it a little bit easier when I'm trying to do this with one hand. Trying to get it done here as soon as possible. All right, one more nail, and we can get started. Oh, a little too far. All right, there we go. Now, let's go ahead and start on this side, getting this guy screwed in. Try to make it as even as possible. And I should probably just use my little clamps, honestly. Let's do that. Let's get these little guys. These are the cutest little clamps, by the way. I didn't think I'd ever have any actual use for these little clamps, but I actually do. Use them quite a bit, actually. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. So now that guy is set. Let me just lower this side a little bit. All right, that's good. Hammer, have it with me. All right. So there's that. Now let's get the other side done. We're going to tie it all in with these boards on the exterior here. And that should tie it all in, hopefully. Let me get some water. Get some water. All right. Continuing. Let's go ahead and do this side. Check on the phone. Still 41. Still 18 on the poll. All right. Okay, still looks good. Let's go ahead and get this one in here real quick. See if we can make it as even as possible. Okay, now the other one. There we go. Let me hit this one up a little bit. Pretty damn close. I'm just trying to get it as perfect as I can, but that's pretty good. Oh, almost messed up on that one. Let's get this side nailed in. Okay. This one I messed up ever so slightly. Let me see if I can get it undone here a little bit. All right, that'll work. Okay, now let's tie it in with these other boards. Now we're ready for this here. Take off these stickers. All right. Both sides look pretty good to me. One of these is going to be facing the wall. So let's get the best one to face the wall. So probably not this side. This will probably be the back, because there's a little bit of a chip end on that side. And I'm going to go with this as the wall. I mean, that's going to be facing the wall. This is going to be facing the hallway. That's what I meant to say. Perfect. Perfect freaking fit, if I do say so myself. Now, let me get a clamp, one of these bigger clamps, and then we will get it together. Hopefully it'll reach. Yes, it will. And get the other clamp ready. All right. This should hopefully add some more stability too. And then once we get the boards, text messages. Anyways, once we get the boards underneath, that'll add even more stability. And I'm probably going to add like a little cross member, like a little X or something to the bottom. Perfect. Let me, there we go. I'm gonna get it close, and then I'll actually get it like right on. I'm just gonna get it kind of close, and then we'll go ahead and get it perfect later. All right, there we go. Probably tap this side in. It's actually pretty good right there. Just gotta bring it up a hair. All right. Let's move it ever so slightly in. Let's do this. So that way this table isn't flopping around all over the place. And let's tap it this way. pretty close. Probably like an eighth off, but I think it'll be good. I can actually go more this way. Kind of split the difference of an eighth, give or take. That should be good. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and clamp it down. It's pretty damn close. Okay. Looks pretty good. Now is to get some of these little nails in here. Get 4 of these. And we will do it right in here. And of course I will drop them. Let me put these guys right here, because if not I'm going to end up dropping them. And then we'll go to the other side and do the same thing. Again, this isn't going to have any kind of crazy weight on it or anything like that, so. Let me get that square. I don't know if it's actually right on it or not. Yeah, it's pretty damn close. Right there. Okay. Let me bring in these legs ever so slightly. Just trying to make sure it's pretty square as possible. Okay. Now we're pretty square. It was looking just a little off, ever so slightly. Yep. There we go. Okay. Now we're square. I think it helped with the stability on this thing too. Alright, we're almost done, guys. I just gotta throw some boards on the bottom. And we built the whole table in how long? Where are we at on the live stream anyway? It is, how long has it? An hour. We almost built a whole table. It'll probably be hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. Maybe once we get done. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I am excited to smoke some backstraps tenderloin today, so that's what I have to look forward to. All right, so this side is done. Now we can move over to this side. And then these we can take off. All right. It's a little sturdier, still wobbly, but it'll stabilize more once we get the bottom braces on there, which will be the shelves, just so it doesn't have a side-to-side play. Once we put these on the bottom, it should stop all that play. Let's get this side going now. Hopefully this one fits as well. I'm hoping. All right. Should. Let me get this thing open. I was like, man, I hope that's not all. No, there goes more. Trying to get it perfect as I can. I don't know if it will be, but as perfect as I can. Oh my gosh, this thing's stuck. There it goes. Here we go. Okay. I'll get all the details on it perfectly here in a little bit. Just right now, just to fold it. It's pretty damn close. Ah, come on. There you go. There we go. All right. Pretty damn perfect there. This side needs a little bit more. I will tap it on this side, bring it this way. I can give up a little bit of space on this side. It should be pretty square, or at least pretty close. We'll check it. Okay, right there, it's pretty damn close. Pretty dang close to square there. And pretty damn close to square there. So we're good. Let's just it's probably like another eighth on this side. I can probably split the difference and won't look so bad. That's pretty damn close. All right. The depth, this thing needs to come down ever so slightly. All right, that's pretty damn close. I'll hold it down with my hand a little bit, pinch it down as I'm moving it around. This side's pretty good. Oh, it kind of moved on its own. All right, here we go. Finishing it up. All right, here we go. Here we go. And then we're gonna stain these, probably like a mahogany or something, more than likely. All right, so there's that. Now let's do this side. I'm going through more nails than I thought I was. Didn't think I was going to go through that many. All right. Make sure I didn't miss it. Yep, I got it. All right. Ah, shit. All right, that one's not good. I did like a girl scream on that one. There we go. So now it's starting to look like a little baby table. A hallway table. Let's see, yeah, it's not as wobbly for sure now. Has a little bit more support. It's not as wobbly. Once we add the bottoms, it should stable it out a lot more. But yeah, it's pretty good right now. Everything is pretty good on it. Now I just got to add the bottoms. Let me get the table out of the way, or just pan over a little bit more, and we'll go ahead and start getting some cut for the bottom. And that should be it. It's going to be a quick little table, and we're almost done with it. We did it all in under 2 hours. Yeah, where is it at? 4% for rigid now. Milwaukee 35, DeWalt 42, Ryobi 19. So rigid and Ryobi are actually on the bottom of the list for most people. I am quite surprised. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move this guy out of here so that way you guys can see me maybe. Or, you know what, we'll stand this table up on top of this table, and that way I can work from here instead of having to be bending down to work on it. So let me get that set up. Where is my other drill bit? I keep losing my drill bits. No, don't tell me I lost it. What did I do with it? Oh my goodness. And this is why, oh, there it is. I was like, this is how I lose my freaking drill bits, man. I put them down and then I end up losing them. Okay. So let's stand the table up here so we can work on it without straining our backs and legs and all this other stuff, man. Okay. Okay. Table isn't as level, but it'll work. It'll get the job done. We'll probably add a little bit of supports. I don't think she's gonna put anything heavy on this thing, but we'll maybe throw. I bought this little guy. I bought this just to throw a little support in here in case you want to throw support. I mean, it probably doesn't need it. I think the board itself is strong enough for maybe little stuff that's maybe put on this thing, but now tape measure, and I think we cut this one at, well, let's get the measurement from in here so that it's the same. The fish are getting ready. They're hungry. I saw a bass earlier, right when I was getting set up. There was a bass. I took something down from one of those leaves or branches that's hanging over the water. It's the only thing that would do that. That would jump out like that. All right. It's about 45. It's about 45-ish. 45 and an eighth would push it out. 45 and an eighth. What is this? Let's see, 45. Yeah, we need to push these legs out anyway, so we'll go 45 and an eighth, and we'll cut on the inside line. 45 and an eighth, cut inside. .45 and an eighth, cut inside. All right, 45 and an eighth, cut inside. I talk to myself because then I forget very, very quickly. 45 and an eighth, cut inside. Actually requires a lot more concentration. Live streaming, conversating, and then building. It requires a lot more concentration than by myself, because when I'm just out here doing this kind of stuff by myself, I'm not holding a conversation. I usually put on music and I just work. Requires a little bit more requires a little bit more concentration doing this. I kind of thought that might happen, but I was like, we'll try it. All right, it has a little splinter here. We'll go ahead and get this thing off. All right, there we go. I think it was this one. This should stop the sway from side to side now. And we'll cut another one. And now she can use this as a little shelf for, I don't know, whatever. And this side will be the back. This will go towards the wall. This will be towards the hallway. This is what people will see. This is what people will not see. 45 and an eighth. Let's use the factory cut end. 45 and an eighth. 45 and an eighth. I really need to buy more pencils for this stuff, which I will probably do tomorrow. Tomorrow I have to go to San Antonio and pick up a few things, so. Let's make this side the top. We'll leave a little gap, and then we'll do another one. So let's do this, and then we'll put one in the center, and we'll split the gap, and it looks like a farmhouse style shelving basically. Let's just make sure we're still at 45 and an eighth inside. Oh. Yep, still at it. We'll cut one more piece. I don't know, I'm thinking I was gonna add some cross members, like a little X from here to here, but honestly I don't think it needs it. I think it'll be cute on its own just like this. I don't know, I'll ask my sister. She wants me to add some stuff like that. I'll do it later. Maybe I could even drill some holes in here and then run it if I have to, but I think it looks good like this. Or I could even just take out this middle member and then run the beam from here to there. I could do that too. Better yet, I can actually put one of these on the inside too and then run it if she happens to want that. If not, we'll leave it like this. Anyways, one more 45 and an eighth. This is a good board, really good board. I'm gonna pick out the worst board and then put him here in the middle because he's gonna be facing down the ground. So let me look for the worst board that I have. A lot of the lumber was not the greatest, but I got the best that I could. And we'll go with this one. This one. All right, 45 and an eighth. All right. We'll just cut it straight and let it fall. We don't want it to back spin like that again. All right, so then this is gonna split this side. Man, that is perfect. Now we just split the difference. And then that's what it's going to look like in the bottom. So that's going to be it for this little table. Again, we just split the middle. We just split the little crevice in the middle, and that's all we did. So let me get that thing nailed up real quick. And what is the poll at? So how many people have voted on this thing? 28 votes, 32% Milwaukee, 39% DeWalt, 25% Ryobi, and 4% Rigid. So DeWalt's actually leading. Wow, wow, wow. Alrighty, so let me just get some nails on these. I actually forgot we haven't nailed a single one of these on the bottom. And we finished a whole table in under 2 hours, I believe, right? Yes. We'll finish a whole table in under 2 hours, which is Pretty dang awesome. All right. Be laughing if my sister tunes in. It's like, hey, my table's almost done. That's funny. All right. There's this. We're just gonna do one on each, and then we'll get it perfect later. These little boards came off. I'm gonna have to actually glue it more than likely. Oh, I actually nailed it in the crease. It's not even on the board. So I'm actually gonna I got it right in between the damn crease of this thing. So let me go ahead and do that. Didn't even get the board. I got the break right between the two boards. So it's not actually even nailed in there. So let me do that. I don't know if I did that to this side. Let me, I'll do those here in a little bit. Let me just make sure this guy's locked in so it doesn't hit me in the head. And we'll come up and adjust those a little bit. Ah, come on, buddy. It's almost there. There we go. Okay. Now I can work in peace. Okay. So yeah, so this one up top, I put a board on the outside, and then there's this board. So I actually put the nails right in between that crease, but on this side. So I didn't actually get the board. But we're gonna go ahead and fix that. I should probably take this thing down because I think it makes a lot of vibration. But yeah, let's go ahead and take it down because it's just too much vibration on this thing. Let me get this thing down and then move the table this way. Just going around in circles. Of course I would do that. All right. And move this table out of the way. And I dropped all my nails, but I'm going to pick those up. Because we're going to be going live here soon, feeding the fish. So I just want to get this thing knocked out real quick, and then we'll pick up all the nails that I just dropped. All right, here we go. We got one more piece to nail in here. One more piece to nail in here. All right. And then one more in here, and this is the one we're going to split. We're going to split the middle of this, which is about right in there. And there's just going to be a little bottom shelf. And another one here. And then let me put one on this side here. One here. And then if I really wanted to, I can get like a router and then make some designs on the edges if I wanted to. I don't think I'm going to, but I could do that if I wanted to. All right, so now this thing is good. Let me re-nail this one in. I need to move the nails over on this side. So let me move these clamps a little bit. I'm gonna try to get it on this board. I got it right on the split between the two. Let's see if I can get it right here. That sounded better. And then about right in here. Let's make sure I didn't get the outside yet. Good. Make sure I didn't do that to this side. I don't think so. I don't want to scratch this thing now. Make sure to. Actually, I might have gotten the middle of this one too. Maybe. Can't tell. Well, you know what? When in doubt, let's do another one. Let's just, that way I'm not thinking about it. Let's just do another one. Just put another nail in there. If I'm in doubt, let's put another one. And that should be it for this. Could even put it into, I'm gonna nail it into this board. This one's I think 3/4 inch thick, versus the other ones are a lot thinner. You know, I'm actually like that idea. I think I'm gonna do it all the way around. I'm already here. Might as well do it. I'm gonna put a nail into every single one, which is what I did here on the top board as well. Now, we should be good. And I got to pick up my nails, but that's it right there. That's the little table. Again, this thing isn't going to have a whole lot of weight. It's more for decoration more than anything else. But now it has, and then we're going to stain this thing afterwards. Again, super cheap to build. I think I did it for what, 30 bucks? I built it for 30 bucks. So not bad. And that's because I bought extra pieces of wood too, just in case. So it's probably closer to like maybe 25 bucks, 28 bucks. I bought an extra piece. These little boards are like 2 bucks. Maybe 2 and some change. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, this is going to be like a little hallway table. We're going to stain it. If she wants any cross members, then I'll just take this middle one out and then run a member here, run a member that way. Same thing on this side. And then trim the board and then slap it back in there. So But for now, this is good. Again, she just wants it to decorate stuff. It's gonna look good once we stain it. Probably gonna do a mahogany stain on it. But yeah, there it is. Quick, easy little build. Didn't take a whole lot. We did it in under 2 hours. What is it? It is an hour and 40 minutes. So we built the whole little thing in an hour and 40 minutes. So we're gonna go live here again, feeding the fish. Give me a little bit of time to get everything put away, pick up the nails I dropped, and yeah, we'll be live here soon, feeding the fish. So without further ado, be careful, be good, take care, God bless. Thanks for tuning in. We'll stain it another day. If not, I'll actually have my sister stain everything because I hate painting. I don't like painting, staining. I don't like doing that stuff. I like building stuff. I don't like painting. But anyways, without further ado, be careful, be good, take care, God bless. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. That's going to look good. Thank you. Appreciate it, Smokey. Alrighty, so Milwaukee, DeWalt won the vote, by the way, 37%. So nice. Appreciate everyone who took time to vote. We got a total of 30 votes. DeWalt did win with 37%. But again, everyone, take care. Be careful, be good, take care. God bless. We're going to be back again here in give me about 20 minutes and we'll go live again feeding the fish. So see you guys later. Bye-bye.